Previously on Serial. This is a global tel-link prepaid call from Adnan Syed, an inmate at Maryland Correctional Facility. From This American Life in WBEZ Chicago is Serial. One story told week by week. I'm Rohan. Today on Serial, we're looking at other suspects who committed the murder of Hae Minlee. Here with me, I have two friends named Jayden and Rithvik. So we all have different opinions on who committed the crime of Hae. I believe Ronald Lee Moore is a strong suspect in committing the murder. Ronald is a serial raper and killer from Baltimore.
So you're telling me that Ronald has experience in serial raping and murdering other people?
Basically, yeah. The characteristics of his victims link up exactly to the ones of Hae. This seems like some sort of a fetish. About a year ago, before the murder of Hae, he was convinced guilty for the murder of Annalise Lee. In episode 12, Sarah says Annalise Hyung Suk Lee was killed strangled in her apartment in Owings Mills. In the same episode, Sarah says Annalise Lee was Korean. Knowing that Annalise is the same race and was killed the same way as Hae seems really, really suspicious.
The DNA evidence around the crime scene, the main thing people say stand out from his other victims is that there was no sexual assault. But remember, there was no unwrapped yet unused condom at the burial site. I don't think he did, but that information could help get DNA testing done. It's just another thing in the mountains of things to consider.
But it can still make him relate to the crime.
So yeah, I believe that Jay committed the murder of Hae. Jay is all about the inconsistencies during his trial. Jay changes up his story almost every time he's interviewed at court. Sarah says, but none of these discrepancies gives me, or I think the cops, as much pause as the next one. This is the mother of what the cops call Jay's inconsistencies. It's all where Anon first showed him Hae's body in the trunk of a car. Using previous knowledge, people who committed crimes are usually nervous. With nervousness, people tend to change stories.
Well, I would be nervous if I was in the court.
I agree, but this factor of criminal seems to oppose Adnan in the case. During interviews with Sarah, Adnan seems to be perfectly calm. This proves that Adnan might have not committed the crime. Also, Jay's stories do not match up with Adnan's stories. Sarah says Jay's stories are completely different than Adnan's. This makes it harder for the detectives to track down the suspect. After researching, Sarah knows that it's nearly impossible for Jay and Adnan to travel that far. She ends up putting Jay's inconsistencies aside.
Even though Jay might seem like a suspect, most of his stories do make sense after all. Also, no DNA tests match him. Moving on to Jayden, he will talk about how Mr. S is a possible suspect.
By looking at evidence, it is extremely suspicious to assume that Mr. S just happened to come across the accident. First, Hae's body is really hard to spot. Also, it is very suspicious that Mr. S had to urinate so badly as to stop on the short trip between his house and his work. With his previous records of being a streaker, he is already put in the being of subset. Sarah says, we say Mr. S because he is a streaker. It seems weird that someone would travel 40 feet to go urinate into the woods. Also, Mr. S drinks and breaks the law. He says, I throw a lot of toes out the window. When someone is under the influence of alcohol, they tend to forget things easily.
Yeah, so after Sarah and her crew went to go take a look at the urination site, it actually was not that far from the road. Mr. S did not commit the crime because when he was at the hearing, his story was not inconsistent unlike Jay's stories.
Yeah, so after looking at evidence, the three of us can conclude that the crime does seem a little unclear. And, yeah.
Yeah, looking at suspects, other people may be involved.
See you guys next week on Serial.